What is going on, YouTubers? So, a lot of people have been asking me what is required, a build list basically for the Coyote swap in an 11th gen F-150. I'm gonna go through some things. I don't think I have everything there. I know one thing I forgot was the water pump O-ring. A couple other things. So it's just a rough rundown of what's needed. So as of now, the musts to have a running and driving Coyote swapped 11th gen is $9,225 from the sources I bought them from. Now that'll fluctuate up and down depending on how much you get your engine from, mileage and all that stuff. If you get a Mustang engine versus a F-150 engine, stuff like that. So a complete Gen 2 F-150 engine is $2,200. That's what I got it for on eBay. It had 17 or 27,000 miles on it. It's a Gen 2 F-150 engine. I bought that off of eBay, off a junkyard. It was a complete engine with the harness. It had the throttle body. It had a alternator on it. No alternator on it. Sorry. It had the manifolds. It did not come with the flex plate or a reluctor wheel, which is the wheel that goes on the crank before the flex plate where the crank sensor reads. The transmission, I got it for $725. That's a Gen 2 6R80 to match the Gen 2 engine. The shipping was $125, and I got it from eBay. It has that one. The transmission had 17,000 miles. That's fresh, so. You will need the filter and fluid for it, for the transmission, depending on how they ship it. I'm pretty sure they won't ship it with fluid in it. The Ford Performance Control Pack is $1,550 off the site Scoggin Dickens. You look up Scoggin Dickens. I don't think you can actually look it up on there, but if you Google search the part number for the control pack, they were the cheapest I could find right now. Well, 2020, but 2019 they were the cheapest. Everybody else is $1,780 and up. So it was $1,550, and that's not counting tax. This is $1,550 plus tax is $1,780. Now American Muscle has it. I think LMR has it. A lot of other people have it, but it's $1,780 or $1,800 or $2,000 plus tax and shipping. These guys ship for free. They're in Lufkin, Texas. They're very good about having me this control pack when I needed it. Mustang timing cover, you will need it if you have an F-150 engine. So $75 from Tasca Auto Parts, and make sure it's not the supercharged one. Make sure it's just the GT timing cover. Powered by the Hour accessory kit on eBay. Some guy bought it and he purchased it and didn't use it. He had it boxed, never opened. I didn't even know if it was the NA. I didn't know if it was a supercharger. I didn't know what it was until after I got it. Then I was like, oh shit, I don't know if it's the NA or what is it, but it ended up being NA. So make sure you keep an eye on that. And I saved, I don't know, $50 on it plus shipping. The guy shipped it for free. The crank pulley, you will need a crank pulley if you get the F-150 engine, because F-150s have a 4-rib rear and a 6-rib front serpentine pattern. You get the Mustang, it's got 6 in the back, 6 in the front, and you need that. The 6R80 10AN cooler adapter. It's 2 little plugs that go inside the transmission for the cooler, and then the plate, and it bolts to the transmission. It does not come with the bolt to secure the plate. It's just a 10mm plate bolt, an 8.8 I think. I got that for $30 from eBay, $60 from eBay. The transmission cooler is just a normal cooler. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. It's just a regular transmission cooler, fluid cooler, oil cooler, any cooler. But I use it for the transmission. You need you need at least 16 feet of cooler line. I think I got 20, but I'm going for 16 because you don't need those 4 extra feet. They're in the back of the truck. Four of the 90-degree fittings for 10 AN fittings, 2 on the trans and 2 on the cooler. Make sure that the transmission cooler is 10 AN inlet and outlet. So those are $30 from eBay. 3/8 quick connect male hose to 6 AN adapter. This is for LS series engines. It just goes into anything. It's just for their LS fuel filter. It plugs in there, and then you can screw the 6 AN fitting on there, and then run it to your fuel rail. These 3 Russell push-on EFI 6 AN to 3/8 fitting is the 3/8 part is what clips onto the fuel filter or the fuel line or the pickup on the fuel sending unit. Those all plug into that. So you'll need one at the fuel sending unit, one at the fuel filter, and then one at the fuel rail. So you need three of them. You can get those off eBay. I paid $14 for all 3. Actually, no, I paid 2 for $14, so it was 3 of them, so it's $7 more, $21. 3/8 or 6 AN fuel line and fittings kit. So you'll have on eBay, you can look up 6 AN fuel line and fitting kit, and then it'll show up there. It'll give you 2 90s, 2 45s, and 2 straights. That's all you need. You need I used 1 90 and 1 straightaway. That was it. But it's for $40. It's not that bad. LS fuel filter and regulators. I think it's used for a Corvette or something like that. It holds 58 psi, so you will need to change something for the tuning, because the Coyote requires 55. So I don't know if you have to change that or not. Drive shaft anywhere from $250 to $1,200. I've been quoted. They said if I find a drive shaft that's as long as I need, they'll put the ends on that I need and balance it. Steel or aluminum. I think they said aluminum. I don't think they do steels, but I don't know. But I've also been quoted $1,200. You know, so it just depends from steel or aluminum. If you're gonna go 3.5 inch or 4 inch, it just varies in price so much. And I think the one I'm gonna go for is like $750. I think it's an aluminum 4 inch. My measurement from the tail shaft from the flange on the trans to the flange on the rear end, I think it was 74 inches and 3/4. I'd have to remeasure. Transmission mount, $110 from Ford Performance, from Ford Parts, sorry. Transmission mount, yeah, you go to fordparts.com, and then you go to fordparts.com. You enter on the search line. You enter the VIN number of the transmission or the engine you're using, F-150 preferably, because you're in an F-150 truck. And well, I showed you how to mount the transmission to the existing cross member. You'll search transmission, and then you'll see like little pictures on the side of what it all entails, and then it'll show you a transmission picture, but it'll tell you transmission, and then it'll have like all the little parts on the side. So you click on that, and it'll have the drop down at the bottom, and then it tells you the nut, the screw, the bolt, the connector, the torque converter nuts, the mount, the mount nuts, the mount securing bolts, and stuff like that. So that's how you search that. I'll give you a little rundown here in a little bit. So, oil filter relocation kit. I don't know if there's a better one or if this one's shit, but I just kind of went by, oh, they have a 3,000 horsepower Mustang. You know, they probably run this on it. I don't know. I do not know, but it just went. It's a gut feeling. I was like, I'll just take that because it's probably tried and true. But we'll find out. The Coyote alternator, you'll need one either from my Coyote or an EcoBoost only. If you get it off of Coyote, you're gonna need to change the pulley to a non-clutched form, or the 3.5 EcoBoost. It will charge either way, and it fits on the bracketry that Powered by the Hour provides, or that sells. And I bought that alternator for $100. There's apps, offer up, let go, crap like that, and that's where I found it. Radiator and fans, Mustang 6G on the forums. I paid $250 for the radiator and the fans. Make sure the radiator doesn't have a hole in it. I double checked that before I paid anybody anything. The 4.6 motor mounts for the truck, you will need the 4.6 motor mounts. They're $75 for the pair. If you go to Riley's, they're going to be $75 a piece. The starter, you could use a 4.6 one, or you could use a 5.0. The 5.0 is much better because it's a high torque mini starter. The 4.6 is a little laggy. It doesn't spin as quick. It doesn't crank as fast. So you could keep it, the 4.6, or buy a new one for $250. Doesn't matter. You could get one from a junkyard. I don't know. Headers, you may be able to use a log style. I didn't want to lift the engine to try it, but it won't sound pretty if you go catless. It does not sound nice at all for my liking. Or you can go custom from Ultimate Headers or anybody that has around. Like I'm sure here in Houston, there's plenty of people that do custom headers. There's people on Instagram that do a bunch of headers. So you could go through them. The OEM GT manifolds will not fit. They will not fit. Stop it. Hardware for the torque converter, drive shaft, and transmission mount. That was all about $40. I'll show you how to go through that online here in a bit. Transmission filter, fluid, motor oil, filter, $200. Easy. The case of transmission filter fluid is $70, $60. The fluid, the filter, transmission fluid is like $65 for the box, and the filter is another $20 to $30. The motor oil and the filter is another $60, $70 or whatever. So I just rounded up to $200. And that's still, you need a tune. After that, you're running and driving. I promise. That's just for the basics. That's exactly what you have to have in order to have a running and driving vehicle. Now, for the wants, I got the GT timing components for $300. They were used. They weren't used. They were new takeoffs off of an Illuminator engine. That the guy had to use the Gen 1 timing components off of his Gen 1, but he wanted the block from a Gen 2, I guess, Illuminator engine. So that was a steal because they're $600. Anywhere you look, they're $600 brand new. So I got lucky on that, and I've seen some on Mustang 6G for $150. They got sold, but this was way after I bought mine. The GT camshafts were $425 from a guy that was selling the 2 cams for the for the Gen 1 F-150 block motor for Mustang cams. And I contacted him. He sold me all 4 for $425. Brand new cams, new in box. The GT windage tray is $65 from Team Beefcake Racing, and that just comes with the windage tray, nothing else. But it has a gasket. It's a gasket and a windage tray all in one. Front brakes, knuckles for a 2015 and up F-150. It was $255 from Junkyard in Georgia. TPF, if you know what that is, cool. If not, oh well. Front rotors and pads was $110 from eBay or Power Stop. Front rotors drilled and slotted. The cam cover bolts were for the cam covers. They screw onto the cam cover, and then the cam cover, the dressing, the one that says powered by Ford or whatever, is inserts into those little ball studs. The covers were $40 from Offer Up, I believe, from a guy in Washington State. The 2018 GT manifold, $250 from eBay. I haven't even used the 2017 one. The Ford Performance, I could have got 47-pound injectors, but the 52-pound injectors are the same price. They're off for GT500. They fit the Coyote. I got more room to play. $237 from Summit Racing. MMR oil pump, gears, and sprocket was $615. But I know they're tried and true. Never had a failed one. Or TSS. I tried getting TSS, but Team Beefcake said they were like 6 months back ordered. So I was like, I need to put this engine now. So I decided just to buy the MMR brand ones, and they should be fine. I bought a 525 liter per hour fuel pump, $100. It was $95 on 3 Performance. They had a sale going on. It was like a new item in stock sale, so I bought that, jumped on that. Gen 2 engine cover, just the aesthetics, $40 from a guy in Houston. I picked it up. So the total it's costed me is $11,687 without the tune. Now I have spoken to Lund Racing, and we're gonna have to work on some things. But that's $900 and something dollars. So I just put 1,000 rounded up, and it's $12,687. And hope it doesn't let me down. So that's the build list. I don't think I have time to put part numbers and all that good stuff. You could just look them up. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you buy this, buy that. I mean, it's just a Mustang timing cover. You know, you don't a 10AN cooler adapter. It's just a 10AN cooler adapter. You can choose whatever one you want, but these are the ones I chose for the price. And there you guys have it. Hope you guys have a good new year. Like, subscribe, and we'll keep on trucking, see where this takes us, and see how long it takes us. Hope not much more longer, but I got it to start, but it won't idle, so it needs a tune, bass tune. Alright guys, that's it. See you around. Alright, so this is just the quick rundown of how to go to Ford Parts and use their site. So right here, I just typed in transmission, and then you can click right here, bam. You see how it has a bunch of little parts on there? So it's displaying automatic transmission torque converter. Well, that's not the only thing it's displaying. Well, that torque converter is $648. But if you look right here, converter assembly, converter housing, grommet, the bolt, the torque converter nuts to the flex plate, and the plug. See, so you got a drop down where it tells you all the parts right there. I can go back. If we go to a automatic transmission assembly, okay, well this one doesn't have any drop downs. You see, the picture shows you all the little pieces and case assembly, transmission. See, this one has like the filter, the gasket, the pan, the magnet. It has all the little details that you could think of. So this is how like when I first got on this site, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was trying to search for something. You see, you got the little nut here for the adapter. It's got the vent. I don't know why this picture is so huge. Don't let you see shit. But look, case assembly, valve assembly, vent cover, the converter housing. It's the bottom cover for the to cover the converter, obviously. A plug, a gasket, pan assembly, transmission fluid, a plug, a magnet, a bolt, screw. You just gotta let's click on the picture, see if it shows us anything. Alright, let's alright, well it didn't let me do anything after that. Well, whatever. Why doesn't it not let me do anything? Okay, but you get the idea. You know what I'm talking about. So, that's just a rundown of what to look for, how to get it. This is where you'll, if you type in drive shaft, front axle shaft, it's you know, right here you put what type of vehicle you're using. These are front axles. flange yoke. Yep, it's got this. It's 163 inch wheelbase for a 975. So I mean, you go in here. Related parts. See HB1. This are the flange bolts. Come down here, look for HB1. HB1 bolt. Click on it. Tell you what bolt it is. It's $9 a bolt. Yes, $9 a bolt. You need 4. Unless you want to replace the ones in the rear end, then yes, it'll be 8 of them. So it adds up pretty freaking quickly. I might go ahead and order these right now, the flange connectors, because I need one for the rear, one for the front, and just take them to the drive shaft place I'm gonna have the drive shaft made at, and those as well. That way it's just all they gotta do is just make the tube and the other ears where this mounts to. So that'll be it, guys. I'll leave a clip of the as far as I've gotten the engine to start, and I already said this, but y'all have a good one, man. See you soon.